Look at your calendar. Today's date is reminding you of what you must continue to do. I'm wondering, how can you stay in step if you keep tripping over what you should be stepping on? Today, let's talk from the topic March 4th. How to remain committed and dedicated. Oh, you know what's up? Turn me up. I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. What's good people? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope that you are doing well. Well, I want to welcome you to another edition of In the Mix. I'm your host with the most, yours truly, Dr. Eddie Connor. And it is an honor, truly is, that you have joined me today. I'm grateful and glad that you're here. I need you to help a brother out. I need you to hook a brother up. You know what's up. Yeah. Thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that thumbs up, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You know what's up. Hit that thumbs up. Yeah. I'm growing your greatness. Help me grow our channel for change, our channel that creates change, our channel that breaks chains. And we're going to have a courageous conversation of illumination. But in order to do that, I need you to drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. Come on, drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. Yeah, drop those light bulb emojis in the chat. As a matter of fact, we're going to turn it up. We're going to brighten it up. We're going to lighten it up. We're going to spark it up. We're going to flip the switch. We're going to stay lit because we're too lit to quit. Why? Because we are the light of the world. And today we're going to spotlight and highlight a tremendous topic entitled March 4th. How to remain committed and dedicated. Here's the thing. Understand this. Just because you're connected doesn't mean you're committed. Just because you're connected does not mean you're committed. And we got to stay locked and in step so that we're not tripping over what we should be stepping on. Today's date is rather unique. Take out your phone real quickly. Look at your calendar in your cubicle in your house, on the dashboard, whatever the case may be. It's a rather unique date. Look at your calendar. Yeah. Today is the only day in this year that tells you to do something. Are you hearing me? Today is the only day in this year that actually tells you to do something. That's right. March 4th. On March 4th. Come on, family, just type that. Type March 4th. Type March 4th. March 4th on March 4th. You know what it is. Marching into purpose will always sound like a trap if you don't know who you are. Marching forth and marching to purpose will always sound like a trap if you don't know where you're going. And if you don't know who you are, you'll never know who you are really if you don't know whose you are. And you'll never know where you're going if you don't know who's leading and guiding you. And because of those one or two things can mess up both things. Right? Don't know who you are. If you don't know where you're going, you're going to always be confused on what you're called to do. And that's why I'm going to give you 3 methods today to march into purpose. That's why I'm going to do it. I believe this is going to be a time for you this is going to be your March gladness. In the midst of the March Madness, it's going to be some March gladness. You've had enough March Madness. And I love March Madness because of the college basketball craziness that goes on. The buzzer beaters, the intense rivalries, the celebrations, the spectacles. I love it. Yeah. You've had enough March madness, but I believe now's the time for some March gladness. And that's what I want to do. I want to share 3 things that prevent you from marching into purpose. That's what I want to do. I want to share 3 things that prevent you from marching into purpose. Number 1 is this. I want you to write this down. Write down comparison. Comparison. Write this down. Comparison. We're talking about marching forth. How to remain committed and dedicated. How to remain committed and consistent. Number 1, write this down. Comparison. Hear me. Comparison is the thief of joy. Scripture declares, when you compare yourself with others, in so doing, you are not wise. We have to shift from comparison into inspiration. Not comparison, inspiration. Comparison often leads to intimidation. And here's what I understand about intimidation. Intimidation is you will always eliminate those who you intimidate. Intimidation leads to elimination. Not comparison, but inspiration. Not comparison, but inspiration. Inspiration breeds and begets admiration. And hear me, you can't march forward in March if you allow comparison to rob you of your identity. Comparison will always put you in a place of procrastination. Comparison will always put you in a place of intimidation. Comparison will always put you in a place of a lack of dedication. Comparison, hear me, it leads to identity theft. It steals your strength. It steals your purpose. It steals your uniqueness. Why? Because you're too unique to compete. You're too rare to compare. Your royalty demands loyalty. It robs you of your revelation. Why is that? Scripture says, the thief cometh not before to steal, kill, and to destroy. Isn't it interesting? Comparison is a thief, and comparison is the thief of joy. It's stealing your identity. It's killing your dreams and your drive. It's destroying your destiny. It takes truth from you. It takes truth from you to distort your identity and relegate you, hear me, to a lie identity. And that's why when you get a revelation of who you are, you can't remain the way that you are. Hear me, when you're not yourself, it's always identity theft. And it's very clear that we must understand that your identity is not in a person. Your identity is found in your purpose. Your identity is not in another person. Your identity is found in your purpose. Your purpose and your identity is an answer to a problem. Yeah, you provide answers to problems. You provide answers to questions. You provide solutions to problems. And when you know who you are, you solve problems. When you don't know who you are, you cause problems. You got to ask yourself this question. Am I causing problems or am I solving problems? I have to take the limitations off of my limiting beliefs. Hear me. Take the limitations off the scarcity mindset, off the stinking thinking that keeps you soaking and sinking, off of the vision snipers and the emotional squatters. Take the limitations off the limiting beliefs so that you can access your potential. Family, just type ID, type ID, type ID, ID. Type ID. That means I'm identifying my identity. Type ID because that means you're embracing your intelligent design. You're embracing your uniqueness. You're walking by faith into your greatness. You're marching forth. I'm going to press forth. I'm going to press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus. That's what I'm going to do. And hear me. If you don't evolve, you won't be involved. Hear me. HTA, Hard Truth Alert. HTC, Hard Truth Conversation. The hard truth is this. We either innovate or we atrophy. If you don't use your muscles and you just lay in bed all day and you never exercise, Here's what will happen to your muscles. Your muscles will atrophy. Your muscles will weaken. You may even develop bed sores. Right? Because if you think about the way that your skeletal system is structured, your body was made for movement. Interesting. Your arm is on a hinge. Yeah. Your arm and your forearm is on a hinge. Your thigh and your leg is connected to the patella tendon, the kneecap, and it's on a hinge. Come on now. You got something here called a rotator cuff. I've gotta be moving my body, but also my mentality in a direction that is not backwards, but forward. Not side to side, not in a zigzag. I gotta be moving forward. What is it? Forward ever, backward never. You gotta stop allowing self-limiting beliefs to stagnate, stifle, and stymie every step that you take. I don't care if it's a small step. Every little step I take, God's gonna be there. I'm not gonna despise the day of small beginnings. And here's one thing that we often do. We often grapple with the thoughts of, will this book, will this project, will this idea, will this business blueprint and plan, will this vision be good enough? When you really need to be asking yourself this question, how could it not be good enough if it came from me? How could it not be good enough if God gave it to me? If you feel that you're not good enough, as a consequence, what flows from you will never be good enough either. Stop doubting yourself. Family, just type no self-doubt, no self-doubt. No self-doubt formed against you shall prosper. Stop being the weapon that's formed against you that stops you from prospering. If you think little of yourself, you will do little for yourself. But if you think much of yourself, you will do much for yourself and other people as a result. Boxing champion Muhammad Ali said he was the greatest so much until he believed it, he became it, and then others not only believed it, but they recognized it. Come on, he was calling himself the greatest even before he fought Sonny Liston. I must be the greatest. I shook up the world. I'm a bad man. What words are you speaking over your life? Your words create your world. What you speak into the atmosphere will appear. Your future or your funeral is on the tip of your tongue. Scripture says death and life is in the power of the tongue. What do you say to affirm your greatness every day? Come on, family. You got to crown yourself. Crown yourself with love. Crown yourself with joy. Crown yourself with peace. Crown yourself with patience. Crown yourself with increase. Crown yourself. I know it seems like the world is a mess. I know it seems like you're dealing with some mess, but crown yourself. What words are you saying about your greatness every day? Come on, family. Just type one of your affirmations in that live chat. Type one of your affirmations in the live chat. Shout out to all of you who have a digital decal. Yes, I see you. Thank you so much. That lets me know that you're supporting. You're not just connected, but you're committed. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your, beyond just your subscription, your partnership, because you purchased a digital decal. For those of you who are watching, you can go ahead and get one right now. Links in the chat, links in the description of this video for how to become a member of In the Mix. You're watching The Mix, but why are you not a member of In the Mix? Let's do something about that. 0 to 100 real quick. Let's do something about that ASAP. Links in the chat, links in the description of this video. Once you click that link, you'll see 3 options pop up. VIP, Royalty, OQP. Choose one of those 3. My gift to you is to give you access to our In the Mix membership area. Membership has its privileges. It really does. I'm going to give you my gift to you is to give you access to our behind the scenes content, exclusive footage, exclusive content that you're not going to see anyplace else because it's only for the In the Mix membership area. Courageous conversations, well, that I'm not going to share and not going to talk about anywhere else. So go ahead and do that. Get that all access pass, unlock the unlimited membership has privileges. As we're looking at this, as we're talking right now, March 4th, how to remain committed and dedicated. I asked you, what are the affirmations that you post about yourself and that you say to yourself every day? I just want you to post that real quickly because maybe somebody's watching and they can adopt that. They can put that into their lexicon. Maybe they're not saying anything over their own life, and now they need to be encouraged themselves. Not only are you encouraging yourself, but you're encouraging somebody who's reading it. Limiting beliefs will always be a liability to your life. And too many people, we're going around saying, I don't know enough. I'm not enough. I don't have enough. They keep saying they'll never be enough. They keep saying they don't know enough. They keep saying they're not enough. They keep saying they'll never be enough. Stop it. Stop it. Just stop it right there. Come on, no more, no more. So far, but no further. Enough with the stinking thinking. Because here's the thing. You're not marching forth. You're hustling backwards. You're doing a straight up moonwalk. You're doing the electric slide. Because you keep going back to what it is that God delivered you from. And I need you to hear me. There's a creative genius. There's a creative imagination that lives deep within you. You have to resurrect that. I know there may be some junk sitting on top of the jewels, but you got to excavate it. Come on, dig deep within the soil of your soul and hew out of the mountain of despair, as Dr. King said, a stone of hope. Yeah, that stone is a jewel. That stone is more than a diamond to shine bright like a diamond. No, that stone is a ruby. You got some rubies on the inside of you. You got some greatness that's on the inside of you. It's time to excavate it. It's time to unearth it. It's time to become it. It's time to dig deep within it. It's time to delve within the destiny that lives internally. Hear me. The enemy's primary weaponry has always been to confuse humanity. The enemy's primary weaponry has always been to sow discord, sow discontent, sow depression, sow gaslighting and manipulation. That's his level. Confusion. He is the father of confusion, deceit, and lies. That's the enemy's primary weaponry. Has always been to conquer and to destroy, to confuse humanity about their identity. Hear me, since antiquity. Don't believe me, just watch. Think about this in Genesis. The enemy did not want Adam and Eve to know their true identity. So what did he do? He sowed seeds of division and confusion. The enemy said the only reason God don't want you to eat the fruit is because you're going to be like gods. He don't want you to eat the fruit because you're going to be like him. I don't want you to eat the fruit because you're going to be like him. Here's the thing. God don't want you to eat the fruit because you're going to be like him. Here's the thing. Adam and Eve were already created in the image and the likeness of God. I need you to hear me. The enemy has always been after the identity of mankind. And if he can confuse you about you, if he can confuse who you are, then your purpose will always remain unfulfilled. I want to confuse you about you. Oh yeah, you've accomplished all these things. You got this, that, and the other. You got more degrees than a thermometer. But you still ain't good enough. In comparison, are you hearing me? To this particular person, that particular individual. The enemy will always use confusion. And when he gives you confusion, here it is now. Confusion leads to comparison. Confusion leads to comparison. Comparison leads to division. Division offsets. Division, a divided vision, offsets the course for your destiny. Family, just type clarity. Clarity. I got to get clarity. I don't need confusion. I don't need comparison. Comparison is a thief of joy. I got a couple of other strategies that I know are going to help you to march forth into your purpose. I really do. I want to share some things that are preventing you from marching forth into your purpose. I want you to stick and stay. More is coming your way after these messages. Got to take it. Got to take a quick break. I'll be right back. You know, I realize the extent of your development is connected to the extent of your investment. What I mean, invest little, develop little. But we're investing much into you as you invest in yourself by developing your purpose, developing your goals and your dreams and your ideals and your ideas, shifting you from ideas to income. Where does this all happen at? I'm so glad you asked. It takes place in our Eagles Academy. All you have to do is go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed to shift your ideas into income, your contacts into contracts, really to grow your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You owe it to you to invest in you. And as a result of it, now you are able to be coached and mentored and be a part of our live trainings with yours truly, with me, along with a host of other leaders and trendsetters and trailblazers and accountability partners. No one grows in a silo. The power of mentorship, it takes what I've learned in years and months and I give it to you in minutes. What I've learned in decades and I can give it to you in days. To be a part of our private Facebook group, to get guided feedback through our Eagle's Nest reflections, to get access to all of the content, all the live sessions and the trainings of business development, of financial stewardship, of the impact and empowerment that only takes place when you go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Again, when you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. But it doesn't just stop there. You want to develop your book? Then guess what? You are an aspiring author. You need to get my bestseller book blueprint. It's available right now, accessidentity.org/author. All of the insight of what it is that I have used to write 18 books and be a best-selling author. You owe it to you to get your hands on that. You also owe it to you to get my Successful Speaker Strategies download. I'm telling you, whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Let me show you how to develop your communication. There's an art to communication. Let me show you how to develop that. Go right now as well to accessidentity.org/speaker. And then I am blessed to pastor the Remnant Worshipers Church. I want you to be a part of the church that I am pastoring at right now. Is such a great thing of what it is that God has fashioned us to do. And it's taking place right here in the city of Detroit, 10 a.m. every Sunday. 6 p.m. we have prayer on Tuesdays. And then 7 p.m. on those same Tuesdays, we have TNT Tuesdays. Truth and Transformation. It's amazing. You want to be a part of it. Go right now, trwchurch.org. And then I want to see your face in the place this Sunday at 20470 Hubble Street. I'm doing my best to save you a seat. Powerful prayer, praise, and a preach word. Can't wait to see your face in place at the Remnant Worshipers Church. Yes, y'all, and we don't stop. Family, I need you to heed to these resources that you heard. Let's get back to the word. Yeah, and that word is March 4th. Those words are March 4th. Talking about how to remain committed and dedicated. Go on, look at your calendar. Look at your calendar. Some of us need to take a real good look and get a real good grip once again. Today's date is reminding you of what you must continue to do, and that is March 4th. Told you number one. Talking about 3 aspects that prevent you from walking into your purpose, from marching forth into your purpose. One is comparison, because comparison is the thief of joy. Secondly, focusing on the past. Focusing on the past. The Apostle Paul put it this way. He said, this one thing I do, if I don't do nothing else, this is the thing that I'm going to do. If I don't do nothing else, this one thing I do. Yeah. I don't know if A. Marie got it from him or not. It's that one thing. This one thing that I do. The Apostle Paul said this, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before. As a consequence, he said, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus. Family, just type press. Type press. I'm talking about more than you pressing your clothes. I'm talking about you more than you pressing your hair. I'm talking about you pressing forward into your purpose. If your calling is high, that's what he said. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling. Since your calling is high, why are you allowing depression to bring you so low? Since your calling is high, why are you allowing people's opinions to become your prison and bring you so low? Since your calling is high, why are you allowing stinking thinking to keep you sulking and sinking? I need you, hear me, Why are you allowing depression to bring you so low? Here's what I understand about depression, that if you rearrange the letters in the word depression, it reads this: I pressed on. I'm pressing on the upward way. New heights I'm gaining every day. Still I'm praying as I onward bound. Lord, plant my feet on higher ground. Come on, I got a high calling. That's what I have. I have a high calling. And because of it, here's what I got to do. I got to answer the call. And I don't answer the call by answering the call of the past. Let it go to voicemail. Send it to voicemail. Matter of fact, block it. Stop focusing on the past. Focusing on the past is going to keep you living in the past. What you're thinking dictates where you're going, or lack thereof. I have to begin to focus presently on the future. I have to begin to focus presently on the present. All I have is this moment right now. What will I do with it? I can't go back and replay yesterday. I can't go back and redo yesteryear. All I have is now, and I've got to move forward, further, farther, and faster, even right now. Family, just type that. Type that. Move forward, move forward, move forward, move forward. Thirdly, 3 things that prevent us from walking into our purpose and marching forth on March 4th and beyond. Anxiety. Anxiety. Being anxious about the future. And here it is. Some of you would say, well, how can you not be anxious about the future? When you look at everything being rolled back, things being repealed, when you see planes falling out of the sky, when tragedies are commonplace, all kinds of diseases, people are slipping away, the economy is down, people can't get enough pay. But do you still have a spirit to say, I'm going to thank the Lord for all that he's done for me, in despite of everything that's going on? Here's what I understand what Dr. King said. He said, and he had such an optimistic mindset in the midst of all the cynicism that was going on in his heyday, and to where now is even more exacerbated. He said, even if I knew tomorrow that the world would go to pieces, I would still plant my apple tree. Now that's some serious optimism. Knowing what is ahead, knowing what is to come, I still believe that there's still enough hope. Come on, family, just type that. I still believe. Type I still believe. Type I still believe. Type I still believe. I still believe. Got to be anxious for nothing is what scripture says. You mean not even just one thing? No, it said be anxious for no thing, but in everything. You see the play on words there. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything. By prayer and supplication, let your request be made known unto God. I'm going to bring my requests and I'm going to leave them there. 1 Timothy 2:8 declares, I will therefore that men pray everywhere, lifting up holy hands without wrath or doubting. I can't doubt, because doubt is an extension of anxiety. I can't be anxious about anything. I can't talk myself out of my future. Too many of us are dealing with so many depressive thoughts and depressive idealizations about why it's going to be this way and why it's always been this way and how it's going to always remain that way. And because you continue to meditate on that, it now forecasts your future. Come on, I got to get my mental health in check. I got to regulate my emotions, my mind, my will, and my emotions. You got to talk yourself off the ledge. Come on now. Only time you ought to be jumping is into your destiny. Only time you ought to be jumping is into your purpose. Scripture says, men pray everywhere. Would that men pray everywhere, lifting up holy hands without wrath and doubting. What do most of us struggle with? What do people struggle with the most? Oftentimes it is wrath and doubting. It is wrath and doubting. It is anger and anxiety. What does doubt say? Doubt says I can't do this. Doubt says it's going to always be this way. And here's what I understand. Doubt and faith are always in a place to where they are opponents of one another. They're always jostling for space. Doubt and faith cannot coexist and cannot occupy the same space. And you can't get so focused on the plight that you forget about the promise and the purpose. Hear me, you're not a liability. You're an asset to your family. You're an asset to your community. You are not a stereotype. You are a prototype. And the problem is you're not marching, you're moonwalking. The problem is you're not marching, you're moonwalking. You're not going forward, you're hustling backward. But here's what I understand. God is giving you peace in the midst of pressure. You're not going to lose your mind. God is holding you together. Come on, family, just type peace. Type peace. If you believe that God has given you victory over depression, He's giving you victory over sadness and anxiety. God is giving you peace from broken pieces. This is your time to shift from overwhelming to overflowing. This is your time to shift from just enough to more than enough. God is shifting you from stressed to blessed. He's shifting you from overwhelming pressure to overflowing peace. He's shifting you to where you're not going to lose your mind. But here's what you're going to do. You're going to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Come on, this is your time of overflow, from just enough to more than enough. This is your time for greater. This is your time to where you're shifting out of depression. You're shifting out of sadness. You're shifting out of anxiety. You're marching forth into greater faith. You're marching forth into greater peace. You're marching forth into greater opportunities. You're marching forth into healing. You're marching forth into new blessings. You're marching forth into new opportunities. You're marching forth into exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think. You're marching forth into greater favor. Favor that's going to make your life greater. You're going to remain committed and consistent. You're going to remain committed and dedicated. You're not just going to start something today and end it tomorrow. No, you're going to be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. And that's what it's going to be. I'm excited for your future. I see you in the future. You look a lot better than how you do now. You're going greater places than where you are now. This is the highest you've ever been, but the lowest people are ever going to see you. Because I see you, and God sees you in greater places. Family, I want you to sow into the word that you've heard. I want you to sow into you marching forth. I want you to sow into you pressing toward the upward way. Come on, type that. Type that. I'm pressing on. Type that. I'm pressing on. I'm pressing on. I'm not going to be pressed by it. I'm pressing on as a result of it. I want you to sow into this word that you've heard. It's not as a debt that you owe. Hear me. It is a seed that you sow. It really is. It's a seed that you sow. And I want you to sow a seed into this word that you've heard. You can do that. You say, well, where do I do it? I've been encouraged. I've been empowered. I've been inspired. I've been lifted. I've been edified. I've been educated. Now I'm going to be dedicated and committed. And I want you to sow even right now. Online giving, Cash App, $ Dr. Eddie Ministries, Dr. Eddie Ministries, Dr. Eddie Ministries, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr @gmail.com. Yeah. We've been having a super conversation. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. Do that even now. We've been having a super conversation. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. Even now. And a super thanks. I'm believing, I'm joining my faith with yours that God does exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think. As you're sowing your seed, I want you to name your seed. Maybe you're naming your seed marching. Maybe you're naming your seed forward. Maybe you're naming your seed committed. Maybe you're naming your seed dedicated. Maybe you're naming your seed favor. I don't know what you're naming your seed, but I want you to name your seed. And I want to come into agreement with you that whatever you ask in my name, believe it. God's going to do it. And it's going to happen. And it's going to be big. Thank you so much for the online giving. Cash App, $ Dr. Eddie Ministries, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr @gmail.com. I appreciate you. If you're not a member of my virtual village, that being the Eagles Academy. I want you to soar with me, soar with us into greater success and purpose. You can do that right now by going to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. I want to empower you to soar into greater success and purpose. Yeah, and you can do that to increase your ideas, your impact, and your influence. If you really are serious about growing and increasing your ideas, your impact, and your influence without losing time with loved ones and being so stressed out mentally to try to do it, and even if it's in the midst of an exhausting schedule, yeah, there's still room for you. There's still an opportunity for you. You can still be a part of an amazing Eagles community by joining us even right now. The link is in the chat. The link is in the description of this video. And my gift to you is to give you access to our private Facebook group. It's to give you access to our video portal, to where you get access to all of the sessions that we've ever done, past and present, to where you get to connect and build with your network. And we have an amazing network of leaders locally, nationally, and globally, where your network determines your net worth. Yeah, I want you to be a part of that. And of course, all of my live sessions that we teach you, coach you, train you, mentor you, empower you each and every single week. You're going to be lifted up. You're going to be empowered to spread your wings and soar to another level. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form. I guarantee you're going to be transformed. Family, were you transformed by this conversation? Were you transformed by this conversation? Yeah. Conversation of elevation, conversation of commitment and dedication. Just type March 4th if you were transformed by the conversation. Type March 4th. Family, in the mix. Woo, is out of time, but trust me, I'm not out of truth. And so I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I really do want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. And we roll together each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday, for In the Mix. And we mix it up right here on the YouTube side. Hit that thumbs up button. Yeah. Help a brother out. Hook a brother up. Thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up button. And of course, hit the like button. Share this with somebody. Hit that subscribe button as well. Sincere salute and shout out to all of you who are watching us on our sister satellite stations on social media. And I just got a question for you. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Well, then step this way, step that way. Which way? By friending me, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop. At EddieConnorJr. Come on, family. Put some respect on my name. EddieConnorJr. Y'all keep showing love. I'm going to keep showing up. And I want you to show up to the church where I pastor at, the Remnant Worshipers Ministry, right here in the city of Detroit. I believe a church alive is worth the flight of the drive. And when you arrive, you're going to be empowered to thrive and be revived at the Remnant. Run to the Remnant this Sunday, 10 o'clock a.m. This Sunday, 10 o'clock a.m. I want to see your face in a place. You owe it to you to bring somebody with you, and then also to be a part of our word and worship experience, powerful prayer, praise, and a preach word that God has placed in my spirit to be able to deliver it to your heart, mind, and soul. Can't wait to see your face in the place this Sunday at 10 o'clock a.m. 20470 Hubble Street. Yeah, we're doing our best to save you a seat. 20470 Hubble Street. We're saving you a seat. Check out more about our ministry and our church at trwchurch.org. trwchurch.org. Yeah, you know I got to rock it. I got to rock the logo. TRW, and our motto is Faith, Family, Forward. You can get any of my books as well. Got some amazing literature for you that's going to lift you. Literature that lifts. Got 18 books out there. They're on Amazon. Ebooks, audiobooks, hard copies. You can also get signed copies at my website, EddieConnor.com. EddieConnor.com. And not just that, I've got a number of resources, a plethora of resources that are going to show you not just how to read my books and how to get my books, but also how to write your books. Yeah. I wish I had somebody who would have taught me point A to point Z, and I had to make so many mistakes when it came to writing books. But I cut across the lawn, and I'm giving you all the solutions so that you don't have to make the same mistakes that I did. Isn't that something? Isn't that amazing? Isn't that phenomenal? Yeah, it's phenomenal. And of course, you're going to find my bestseller book blueprint to be phenomenal as well, where I show you how to take your manuscript to the marketplace, how to really turn the tide on becoming an authority as an author, and then also how to increase your book sales. Go get that, as well as my successful speaker strategies, digital video training guide. When people ask you to speak, you want to wow your audience. You want them to invite you back. You want to be in a particular place to where you understand the art of communication, and that you paint a picture that is encompassing, that's invigorating when you are speaking. I'll show you how to do that as well. Go get those resources, bestseller book blueprint, successful speaker strategies at EddieConnor.com. If you're looking for a dynamic speaker now, why would you look any further? Come on, you know that I'm the man for the job. So invite me to speak at your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your graduation, your session, your podcast. Add me to your calendar. Let's make some progression. All you got to do is email me to invite me. And that is at info@EddieConnor.com. Email me to invite me, info@EddieConnor.com. And it would be an honor for me to empower you. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother. And I mean that from another mother. Family has been fun, but you know, really got to run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy. Yes, it has been beyond measure, but I want you, yes, you, I'm talking to you now, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. You know, I realize the extent of your development is connected to the extent of your investment. What I mean, invest little, develop little. But we're investing much into you as you invest in yourself by developing your purpose, developing your goals and your dreams and your ideals and your ideas, shifting you from ideas to income. Where does this all happen at? I'm so glad you asked. It takes place in our Eagles Academy. All you have to do is go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed, to shift your ideas into income, your contacts into contracts, really to grow your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You owe it to you to invest in you. And as a result of it, now you are able to be coached and mentored and be a part of our live trainings with yours truly, with me, along with a host of other leaders and trendsetters and trailblazers and accountability partners. No one grows in a silo. The power of mentorship, it takes what I've learned in years and months and I give it to you in minutes. What I've learned in decades and I can give it to you in days. To be a part of our private Facebook group, to get guided feedback through our Eagle's Nest reflections, to get access to all of the content, all the live sessions and the trainings of business development, of financial stewardship, of the impact and empowerment that only takes place when you go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Again, when you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. But it doesn't just stop there. You want to develop your book? Then guess what? You are an aspiring author. You need to get my bestseller book blueprint. It's available right now, accessidentity.org/author. All of the insight of what it is that I have used to write 18 books and be a best-selling author, you owe it to you to get your hands on that. You also owe it to you to get my Successful Speaker Strategies download. I'm telling you, whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Let me show you how to develop your communication. There's an art to communication. Let me show you how to develop that. Go right now as well to accessidentity.org/speaker. And then I am blessed to pastor the Remnant Worshipers Church. I want you to be a part of the church that I am pastoring at right now. Is such a great thing of what it is that God has fashioned us to do. And it's taking place right here in the city of Detroit, 10 a.m. every Sunday. 6 p.m. we have prayer on Tuesdays, and then 7 p.m. on those same Tuesdays we have TNT Tuesdays. Truth and Transformation. It's amazing. You want to be a part of it. Go right now, trwchurch.org, and then I want to see your face in the place this Sunday at 20470 Hubble Street. I'm doing my best to save you a seat. Powerful prayer, praise, and a preach word. Can't wait to see your face in place at the Remnant Worshipers Church.